You. You.
No, not
Oh.
them.
Really?
Yeah.
What about them?
No, them.
All right.
No, they're okay.
Yeah, anyone listening to the podcast now thinking, what the hell's going on? And keep that thought coming, baby, because you're listening to You Don't Know Video Games by Hack the Dino. We are Hack the Dino. That's Hack, that's Dino, I'm the, and Brayden's the full stop.
I would have thought I'd be the dino.
Well, if anyone's the Dino, it's me.
Do you know that a colleague of mine has been collecting songs that I recommend, and I saw the name of the playlist, and it's called Prehistoric Bangers?
Name of your sex tape.
You know what's really weird is having, well, I'm sure you get this as well, Floppy, children who don't recognise sort of physical media from the glory days.
3D printed save icons.
Yes, basically. My niece the other day was watching Super Retro Squad with my sister, which I've told her not to do because it's not fit for human consumption. And we picked up a VHS. And she went, what the hell is that?
And you went, well, it's one of many of these things that I have right here.
I'm being good with my VHS. I swore I was only going to get VHSs that actually meant something to me and had a meaning. And that's been blown out of the water by all the other cool ones that I find. But I've started you on that track.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I got June. I got to give you $5 for that.
Yeah.
And my firstborn, apparently.
Well, how old's your firstborn now? Like
25.
25 now, too
He's
old.
really strong. You can
Really?
put him to work.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a... I do need a pool.
Dug into the front yard of the house that you don't own.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. What is this,
Whoa.
Brayden?
This is someone's personal collection of
Titanic
on
VHSs?
VHS.
I've seen that TikTok.
Is that all the one?
Yeah. He just collects Titanic VHSs. That's it. Just Titanic on VHS. That's the only thing he
If
collects.
that's not a cry for help,
That's a good gimmick. Speaking of cry for help, how good's Ubisoft?
they're all right.
Yeah, sometimes they do okay things.
I like their games.
Brayden, what are your thoughts on Ubisoft?
I would say the things that they do, sometimes questionable. I'm curious to see what Assassin's Creed Shadows is like. I have come to realize that I completely missed an Assassin's Creed game, and it really just flew under the radar for me.
Which one?
Mirage?
How did you not play Mirage? It's like back to basics.
Yeah.
I didn't play Mirage. I
No,
just
it's all a mirage. It didn't really release.
It's like back to Assassin's Creed 2 to Black Flag.
Yeah,
Oh my
I know,
gosh.
but like I completely forgot about it. And like only just recently I was like, oh yeah, they made an entire game I didn't play. But it's interesting nowadays because now you look and people say, oh, like the Ubisoft open world formula. And like it's interesting thinking like, oh, like as like gamers, it's like, oh, been there, done that. But like it's kind of just like an integral part of a lot of open world games now. It's just like how it
Towers,
goes.
map icons.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff to do. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Tagging of enemies and some far sight.
Some kind of material gathering mechanic, building, crafting. Yeah.
So here's the thing I've always wondered.
Oh, I thought you were going for a high five.
No, I don't do that.
That hand's for something else, Floppy.
Whoa.
That's your left hand.
This has plagued me for years about this company. Something I just can't understand. I'm hoping one of you have the knowledge to impart me with your wisdom. What does Ubisoft mean, and why is it not just a slur for someone who's impotent?
Unbelievably broken, impotent software.
What does it really mean?
I don't know.
Floppy? Sounds like something you'd know.
Don't know. I'll just find out.
Brayden.
My handy friend Google, which is now
that's what
plagued
I was
with
gonna do.
AI slop and shit, says ubiquitous software.
Ubiquitous.
Oh, that makes sense.
What does ubiquitous mean?
That's what I was about to do. Ubiquitous means present, appearing, or found everywhere.
So you sort of mean like omnipresent.
I would say found everywhere is a pretty fitting subject line for Ubisoft games.
They were instead of far-reaching software, I think is what they were going for.
Maybe that's just part of their design philosophy. Like, just find shit everywhere in all of our games.
Play shit everywhere. Our games are everywhere. Sometimes they look like poo, but they're available on the game console.
It's owned by two brothers who are getting on in age.
And they're French.
Oh.
I don't know.
In one of their games.
The views of Anto aren't that of Hack the Dino, nor You Don't Know Video Games.
I'm just
they are.
saying, like, if people don't like it, they should do what the French do and pull out the guillotine.
Hell yeah.
Can I just say, Ubisoft has released a lot of bangers over the last 5 years.
Have they?
Have they? Haven't they been doing horribly?
Look, I don't...
Oh, I know all we need to know is, what was that pirate game called that
Skull and Bones.
died? Skull and Bones.
But you got The Division and The Division 2.
Yeah, no one cares.
The Crew, great. But you know about what? People play them all the time.
Yeah, I'm just, it's not my kind of thing.
All the Tom Clancy stuff. Watch Dogs, Valhalla, all the Just Dances. Immortals, Phoenix Rising, amazing. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game.
For the podcast listeners, Brayden just brought up their stock price.
It's one of my favorite, I'm going to mention him, Greg Miller, kind of funny bits. Whenever they mention Ubisoft games, they always bring up the stock market of Ubisoft. It's rough, buddy.
I'm ignoring that. I'm looking at the actual games that they brought out. Far Cry 6, Riders Republic.
I don't know if you can find it, Brayden, but someone brought out a collection of headlines from this one reporter from a media outlet. And they said, like the headline was, I think their name was Morgan something, I don't know. I saw it
Freeman?
briefly. No, yes, it was.
Yes.
But a journalist, and they wrote, I played, what's the new Assassin's Creed? Shadows?
Yeah.
I played Assassin's Creed Shadows, and guys, it's the one we've been waiting for. And then right underneath that, they have
Every
the
article
same...
they've ever done is the same thing.
Yeah, no, another one that said, I played Concord, and guys, we're worried about nothing. The game's great. And then underneath that was another one. Same person just talking up these really horrible games.
Basically, I've got a game to review. I've already decided I'm going to love it.
Yeah. Well, I've been paid to...
They did Prince of Persia Lost Crown last year as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. To be fair, though, on the mention of Assassin's Creed Shadows, it's not just like that one dude who apparently curses video games who says it's good. Yeah, apparently, in like early review circles, it's doing very, very well, which is a good thing because, like, you know,
no one wants to see a business fail.
no.
Unless they're horrible monsters, and I don't think...
And especially
yes, here it is. Here it is. Yes, thank you, Brayden. How did you find that from that stupid description I gave you?
I searched Assassin's Creed Shadows Concord.
Oh, wow. There you go. That's exactly it. It reads on the left. Can you bring that up again, Brayden? I played 6 hours of Assassin's Creed Shadows, and folks, I think this is the one. This one's worth the wait. And then the other one's, I played 7 hours of Concord this weekend and immediately want it back in.
In the box and then sent away?
No.
In defense of his articles, especially the Concord one, so everything I've read about Concord as far as like gameplay is concerned,
it was fine.
It was a solid team-based shooter.
Yeah.
The downsides were it was a AAA costed, effectively live service game, which is not the right way to do it, and people hated the character designs. And whether or not that's a valid opinion or not is fine. But most of the discourse around Concord's like character design and stuff and just aesthetic was that the characters weren't hot enough, which is dumb because gameplay should come first.
And
But
this
it's
is
just
where
a
Brayden
multitude
talks
of
about
bullshit.
Marvel Rivals.
And Anto
All
talks
right,
about how
folks.
hot everyone is in Final Fantasy
Let's
VII.
talk
Hey man,
about
look,
Storm.
I'd let Cloud do awful things to me, all right?
Speaking about doing awful things, you guys seen that Hogwarts Legacy has enabled mods
support?
on PC?
Yeah.
I haven't, but I did just start playing this game with my kids the other day.
Oh,
Well, Floppy, does your game look like this?
Oh dear God!
I'm so glad you brought this up because I was about to mention the Shrek broomstick mod.
so for the podcast listeners, we're seeing someone riding around with Shrek instead of a boomstick.
A boomstick.
A broomstick.
Oh, they're doing Shrek up the butt, and he's flying.
Yep.
There's some other mods in there as well. I think there's another one where
Is it? I hate Shrek too.
someone
What?
someone has modded one of the teachers to be Professor Oak, and you play as Mickey Mouse, the sorcerer Mickey Mouse.
This
That's
is
hilarious.
weird.
This is what I love about mods. I do love it when games go, yeah, right, just do whatever you want.
Or did someone just break in?
Yeah, someone just... so this one I actually watched quite a bit. Someone modded their character to be Voldemort, and he just goes around doing the Cretaceous curse to everyone.
Wow.
The Cretaceous curse turns everyone into dinosaurs.
Oh my god, this is great!
I think you mean the Cruciatus curse or the Killing curse.
I want the Cretaceous
Can I
curse!
just say,
That's
didn't know you said anything wrong.
Ankylocarva! And it turns into an Ankylosaurus. Oh, man, make that mod.
Oh, it's dude from San Andreas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Smoke.
Yeah, that's what I laughed at initially.
That's great.
CJ, call me a lawyer.
Floppy,
Yes, mate.
So that game might reveal some secrets.
It would reveal some secrets, but they're probably secrets that are relatively easy to find because the whole wizarding world is full of secrets, right? What about games that don't have obvious secrets? Secrets that don't get found for a long time. Sometimes not by anyone until they're revealed. I got a bunch of them. I've had a lot of fun looking into this week.
Oh.
I have a whole bunch. I think I've got 11. I was going to do like 10, but then I'm like, why do I have to only do 10?
Floppy, I got a secret for you.
Go for it. Whoa!
Wow! Is that an official costume?
No, it's not.
That was my cosplay as Reed Richards. What are you talking about?
I was going to say that's
I got Reed Richards' hair.
that's Reed Richards as a wrestler.
No, there's also one they've done. It's not showing up properly here, but someone's done one where his pubes are coming out the side. It's very funny.
Gotta wax that shit, Reed.
I have gathered a whole bunch of cool secrets, some of which I'd heard of, some of which I hadn't. I hope you guys haven't heard of all of them, and I would like to share them. Maybe don't go into the video straight
Whoa, sorry. Michael Towns has just released a secret. Michael Towns in the live chat's just said, I put a secret picture of my nipple in the floppy game.
But wait, did you really though, or is that a gag line?
Is that a Michael Towns gag, or is that an actual secret?
Is that an actual secret?
I will go get it now and play it for the remainder of the show to try and find this nipple.
You could just look on the internet for free.
No, I have to play it on my Game Boy. Is that a nipple? I can't tell. The game is too pixelated, too dark.
Blow on it and see what happens.
I need to get it at the angle.
Just
so I can
tweak
see
it. Anyway, so I've got a whole bunch of secrets here that we're going to go through. Got some footage of them. The first one is from a favourite game of mine and Brayden's, is Batman Arkham City.
Yo.
Now, the secret is all revolving around Calendar Man. Now, it's not a big secret that Calendar Man you'll get a trophy for visiting Calendar Man on 12 specific days through the year. Christmas, Easter, and that sort of stuff like that. However, there is 3 years after it was released, it was discovered that if you set your console date to the 13th of December 2004, which is the date that Rocksteady was created, they're founded, I think is the right word. He'll give you
the couch.
Yeah, he'll give you a message stating that Calendar Man was there at the beginning and he will be there at the end. And if you actually in Arkham Knight, in the very end scene, right at the end of the game, is Calendar Man. He was there in the beginning. I don't know if he is there at the beginning of Arkham Asylum, but he is. He was there at the beginning. He was there at the end. No one had ever found this, but it was revealed in a YouTube channel called JG Jour. They only have one video. It is this video.
How many views has it got?
It could be a developer because Calendar Man's character, character of Calendar Man, his name is Julian Gregory Day. J.G. Jour is French. Well, jour is the French word for day. Mm-hmm. So it is someone who's created a name based on the Calendar Man and revealed the secret.
To the rabbit hole.
So the rabbit hole, down that rabbit hole. But yeah, you can go do that. You just got to change your console date to 13th of December 2004, and he'll give you a message saying that he will be there at the end and he will be there at the beginning and the end is coming. And at the end of Arkham Knight, he is in the crowd because you can see from his tattoos that he's got around his head.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out in a crowd, just kind of all inconspicuous and such.
It's not very inconspicuous. He's like, yeah, I'll be here. I'm breaking the fourth wall, everyone.
I probably have something that's not in the list that's very quick, but also it involves adjusting console settings.
Do you want to wait until the end, just in case it is in the list?
Yeah,
cool.
For sure.
The next one is in Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Double Agent, but only on the Xbox version. And I don't know why it's only on the Xbox version. There is a secret alien seal rescue mission. It's hidden. It's a hidden co-op mission, and you have to rescue 5 baby alien seals named Cookie, Muffin, Vanilla, Pepperoni, and Buddy.
As in seals?
As in the animal. You can see. You'll see. But it is the most obscure and complex.
Sorry.
Were you just about to sing Kiss from a Rose?
I can tell you from a kiss from a rose on the grave.
Hang on, we're too good, we'll get flagged. There is a little baby seal. It is one of the most complex series of things that you have to do to trigger each seal's release. It was never, ever, ever found by a player. It is done on the Ellsworth Penitentiary level. It requires several obscure steps to find each one, which are different. After 4 years of no one finding it, the level designer, and I wrote his name, but then I misspelled it, and now I can't remember exactly what it is. His first name is Simon. He uploaded a video of himself and a friend completing the mission, and that is shown by a YouTuber named Isno, this video here, who's gone through and completed it with his friend. But yes.
Wait a minute. Are they in a club there?
I'm not sure because there's 5 seals over different areas in the level.
Never
Ben,
take
I know where you're
Oh
going.
god damn it! I'm missing
Yeah.
every one of them.
That one wasn't the one to miss that much. Anyway, that's cool. I like the fact that the dev went, oh, for fuck's sake, I'll do it then.
Yeah, and they've done it, and a few things. And like I reckon that was probably the same with the Batman one. It was a dev that's released it, but not wanted to say who they were. They've created a YouTube account, released one
So
video on
like
it.
the NDA sort of dries up and they go, oh.
Oh well. Or they don't even do that because like you can go to that, you can go still watch that video. It's that YouTuber only has one video. It is that one.
Yeah. But when did they upload it?
I can't remember. Years after.
Yeah.
I think
So
it was
when
three
the NDA
three years after it was released.
Oh, yawny face. Yeah.
Next one is one of my favourites. I've quite often talked about Titanfall 2 being one of the greatest campaigns that I've played in recent times. There is a mission in this which is highly regarded as one of the best missions. It's called.
Can I guess? Can I guess what it is?
Yes.
So what I think it is right. Kratos, right?
From
Goes
God
up to his,
War.
goes up to his grandfather who just tripped over and went, oh, Titanfall.
Oh, jeez. Look at our viewer count going down.
I hate that I liked that joke. I hate that I enjoyed that.
Because you imagine Kratos is like looking over Kronos and going, oh, what's the matter? You fall down.
Oh. Anyway, back to the video game. There is a mission called Effect Through Cause, which has you flipping back and forth in time through a facility that's been destroyed.
Hell
'Cause
yeah.
You'll come up to...
It's one of the best missions in the game.
It's amazing. You'll come up to, like, say, a ruined hallway and you have to flip back in time when it was when you could get through, and then there'll be areas that you can't, and then you have to go back and forth in time to make your way through the whole level. There is a part of the facility that has a flaming corridor. You can play this video game now, this video, and you have to get down to that door and then flip 88 times. Pause the video. Why do we flip 88 times?
Because that's
Well-
the speed you need to go back in time.
Yeah,
Bum, bum,
from
bum,
Back to the Future.
bum.
So you have to go down to that. You're currently standing in fire when you're in the present. So you have to flip back and forth 88 times. The door unlocks, and inside you
DeLorean.
find a scene. No DeLorean. From a little, not quite so famous time-related movie. When the door opens, there is a scene. In the present, it has 2 bodies. One of them is a body on the floor being electrocuted. The other one is doing the splits across 2 benches in
Time
the
cop.
kitchen, and it's a Time Cop reference.
Oh, wow.
From one of the pivotal moments in the movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme, where someone fires a taser into the ground and he jumps up onto the bench, does the splits, and saves himself from being electrocuted.
Hell yeah, that's
Who
amazing.
does that to find that?
Who
Such
does
a-
that with
Oh,
Time
man.
Cop?
Yeah, Time
Who
Cop.
puts a Time Cop reference in a game?
Who's seen Time Cop? Yep, I figured me and Floppy.
Yeah.
That checks out.
Only people with taste.
And who
I
are
think
like
the only
easily
2
10 years older than the rest of the
I think
cast.
the only 2 Van Damme movies I've seen are Street Fighter the movie and is it Bloodsport?
Bloodsport's great.
There
we
it is.
are.
There it is.
Hilarious.
So you also have to see Kickboxer. You have to see No Retreat, No Surrender. You have to see Time Cop.
What's the one where he
Hard
flips off the back of
Target.
the truck? Hard Target?
Oh, which one? When he falls off a truck.
And then does a fight scene with a dude with a chainsaw in a shed?
What's
that-
the one where he plays
Ah.
his twin brother?
That's Double Impact.
And he's got the mullet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
One
think
of it-
Double
and-
Impact I've seen as well.
Yeah.
One of them, he plays a ballet instructor who also does karate from California, and he plays his twin brother who's like a gun runner from China.
Man, we should have a Van Damme marathon.
Yeah, we should.
Just
But
sit
yeah,
through and watch them all.
Titanfall 2 has Time Cop. I think that's my favourite secret of all of these.
Yeah, Bloodsport.
That's
not
No
Bloodsport.
Retreat, No Surrender.
Is it? Oh,
That's
what
where he
the
plays the bad guy.
And then the irony being, I don't know if it's his latest film, but he filmed one in France a couple of years back, which was like a character piece. where he
JCVD.
played- yeah, where he played a
I'm not
version of
34
himself.
anymore. I can do it in one take.
Yeah. And like he has this monologue that goes for about 2 minutes where he's talking directly to camera and like he tears up and he's
Yeah.
talking about all his success and his failures and what he did.
He plays himself and gets it rolled up in like a bank heist or something.
Yeah, and like snorting cocaine off Kylie Minogue's butt crack and all that sort of stuff.
That was either Bloodsport or Kickboxer. I get it mixed up all the time.
That would be Bloodsport, I think, that one, because he was out in the jungle.
Jungle.
Thailand.
And while we're at it, go look up Frank Dux.
Yeah.
For
There
a
he
good
is.
old laugh.
Californian ballet instructor, Karate Man. Anyway, moving on to not Van Damme. Wave Race.
Wave
Blue
Race.
Storm.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-dum.
Now, did you say you had this?
No, it's on my list to get.
And what was it on?
GameCube.
GameCube, sorry.
GameCube. Blue Storm.
So this is like a jet ski race game, right? Kind of like a... there is another one I can't remember off the top of my head now. There is a cheat where you can change the very appropriately excited commentator that you get in all sports games. Are you aware of this one?
Yes.
And you can change him to a very, very bored commentator. Doesn't give a shit about what you're doing and will insult everything you do.
Oh, wow. That's a good trick.
To do it, though, you have to go into the audio settings, press a really long series of buttons, and then jump out and play the game. But here, the commentator will sound really bored with everything that's happening and insult everything that you do.
Sorry. Up, down, left, right.
Two up, to down.
Oh, was it?
Left, right, left, right.
I saw
A,
one that was
X,
excellent
Y.
on that.
It's like the Konami code almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. It's a pity you can't hear it because, he does just change to an incredibly, I can't believe I'm here watching this. What is this bullshit kind of voice? It's amazing.
So like you watching this podcast at home.
Yeah, right now, when you're just kicking yourself because you can't figure out what is better to see than this. Sorry about that.
No, this game is... I played it. Don't own it, so it's on my list.
Really good water effects for, 2000?
Yeah, well, I mean, really good water effects
look
in
at
Wave Race 64. I was blown away by the water effects.
Maybe
back
that's
then.
the one that I've played.
Probably. It's the one everyone sort of played because the 64 only had
Look
like
at that.
3
Look how
titles.
cool this is, though.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
What's your favorite video game commentary line ever? Because I've got one.
I don't know if I've
The
got
one that automatically comes to my head is, he's heating up. He's on fire.
What's that from?
NBA Jam.
So mine is from...
Oh, boom, shakalaka.
Mine's from Pod Racer on the N64. It's a new lap record.
It's a new lap record.
Yeah,
I
that one.
remember that. Oh, man.
Let's try spinning. That's a good trick.
How cool is this game, though? Like, I'd play the heck out
Yeah.
of that.
That's a great game. Now I'm going to find it. That's my next mission.
Find that, and then are you going to enter the code?
Yes.
And then film it, and then put it up as a reel.
Yeah, do it.
As this guy going, what
lot
the
of work.
hell are you doing?
So that's a lot of work for something someone's already done. I'll just use OpenAI to steal their work.
Just use ChatGPT to do
Yeah,
it.
that's right. Anyway,
Yes. All
what's
right.
the next game?
Next one, a bit more recent, Mass Effect 3.
Hell yeah.
This is the Mars rover secret.
Sorry, recent. Oh, more recent.
More
Legendary
recent than
Edition
that.
was what, 2020?
But yeah, this secret was not revealed until 9 years after the release of the original game, which was even after the release of the Legendary Edition. So there is a series of solar panels on Mars which form a grid. Now, if you walk through them in a particular pattern, a little Mars rover comes out and gives you a little nod, like a little doggy dog.
It's supposed to be in universe. It's the original Mars rover that we sent to Mars in our time.
And here he comes. Look at him.
Yeah, he just comes trundling along and gives you a little nod and a hello.
Now, I do believe the Mars rover is actually quite a lot larger than that.
Yeah,
It's a big thing.
It's a big thing. But yeah, he comes over and he gives you a little nod. Ready? You ready?
Looks
Come
up
on,
and he's
do
all
it.
like,
Here
hello.
he goes. Boop. And boop, boop.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, it's great.
Incidentally, like my TikTok is filled with like Star Wars lore and space videos.
Yeah.
And physics. Like that's what I watch on TikTok because
You
I'm
should
a
play
nerd.
the shit out of Mass Effect. It's so good.
How surreal is it that we can now get videos from the rovers
Yeah.
of Mars? Like,
Remember
holy
when they
shit, that's
first got,
Mars?
Remember when they first got launched and you were like, "Oh, that's kind of cool. Bet that's never going to work."
Yeah, but it's friggin' Mars.
Yeah.
And that robot sings "Happy Birthday" to itself.
Yes. That's a little bit sad, actually. But yeah, so that was
Just like
not
me.
Once again, that wasn't revealed. That wasn't found by anyone. That was revealed by an ex-BioWare designer named Richard somebody.
it
9
was-
years after it was released.
Richard Dawkins.
It was
he
after
put up a picture with the
pattern.
the map of how to walk through there so that happens.
Yeah. No, I think, like you said, introducing this one, it was revealed, I think, a couple of months after Legendary Edition came out.
Yeah, it was 9 years after the original release that no one had found it. Well, I mean, but why would you? You're not going to walk through in a weird sort of double back pattern. But
That's the thing with some of these secrets. Like, don't make them so no one can ever find them.
but then it's kind I think they probably do they probably do it so that they can. Because how much interest do you reckon it generated when people realised they could go back and do that?
Yeah.
Would they go back and play it?
I mean,
Maybe
not
that's a
really.
reason to
I'll
do
just
it.
look
But
up
did
on-
it just to boost the concurrent Steam player numbers?
Look, maybe I don't know if they thought 9 years ahead and thought they'd do that, but potentially, I guess.
I honestly think they put it in there and then realize, oh, no one's actually going to get this.
Yeah.
So they just release it.
Well,
when
the
their
next
NDAs
one was very much done on purpose for people to find. In a very I think an underrated game, Far Cry Primal.
Oh, right. Sorry. That's the
I
next
think it's very underrated. A lot of people poo-poo on Far Cry Primal. I like the fact that they invented 3 languages from scratch for this game.
That's pretty cool.
For the native things.
Is
This one...
just a map texture pack? Like they use
Oh,
the same map?
the map is
it
the
was
same
released.
sort of area.
Right.
But it's all 10,000 BC. When you go swimming in here, you can find a very prehistoric-looking vehicle,
You know what they need to use?
which is the Flintstones car.
The Cretaceous curse.
Oh, you can find a ruined Flintstones vehicle.
That's cool.
In 10,000
That's
BC, underwater in Far Cry Primal, and that's one that someone did just sort of come across. This is a video that shows you exactly how to get there by Oni Zombies, so you can go look that up and go find it yourself. I thought that was pretty cool. That one. You seem less impressed.
No, I was just trying to think of a good Yabba Dabba Doo joke, but couldn't get one.
All right, this one I think Ben must know, surely. I'd never heard of it. It's a Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, a secret weakness for one of the bosses. Are you aware of this? You can one-shot one of the bosses.
No.
I was aware of this one.
If you take a bottle of mystical spring water from the Forest Haven and carry it with you to the second boss fight in the Forbidden Woods dungeon, you can sprinkle it on the monster and he will instantly die.
No, I didn't know that.
I don't know how hard the boss is without doing that, but it instantly sounds heaps better.
So this one, from memory, you have your boomerang and you throw it up and you slice all the tendrils that it's hanging to the roof by, and then it falls down and you go, wah, wah, wah. Just basic Zelda boss.
Well, this one, if you sprinkle it, boom, done. Or you'll see him do it here right now. Just like that. This one wasn't discovered until 2016, so it's 14 years after its release.
Wow.
Discovered by a YouTuber streaming. This video they'd show you how you do it is done by Master of Hyrule.
Hey, just random thing popped in my head as I was watching this.
Yeah?
Do you reckon they'll have like achievements in the Switch 2 finally?
Oh.
Well, a fun thing on that, PlayStation are changing so you don't need a PSN login for Steam, like playing your Spider-Man 2 on Steam or whatever. But if you do, it'll still give you trophies.
That's cool. So you can earn your trophies if you're playing on PC.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun. But Switch achievements and stuff, would they call them something stupid?
Oh,
They'd be like Nintendo Platinum
Platinum
Pony
points.
tokens or
They'd call
something.
them,
Well, yeah.
No, they'd call them coins. Because it'd be like Mario's coins.
No, it'd be stars.
It's stars.
Or stars.
It'd be stars. That's
No,
the
because
game.
you've got
Moons.
PlayStation Stars as a
Moons.
scheme
Moons.
Oh, that's
already.
dead.
No, it's
Moons.
not.
Yeah, it's dead.
I use it all the time.
No, it's dead. I tried to go over its house before.
It
It's like
died.
a chalk outline on the footpath.
Okay.
All right, next one. I'm pretty sure you guys knew. I didn't know. Donkey Kong 64,
Yep.
the final rainbow coin.
Yep.
So every level has...
I just want to reiterate once again, this game sucks ass. Continue.
Okay, so I had no idea how many collectibles were in this game until I started looking up.
Ridiculous.
It
Too
is,
many.
was it 5 characters, each have their own sets of collectibles, and there is a bunch of them.
Yep.
And every level has one rainbow coin,
Mm-hmm.
except 17 years after release, a speedrunner found a second coin hidden in a field of grass on the 5th level, Fungi Forest.
Yep.
But yeah, it didn't get found until 17 years later by a speedrunner. There you go.
Yeah, speedrunners are a different breed of people who play video games entirely. Like, they'll do the most out-of-pocket, wackiest shit just to save time and end up finding things that developers put in just to keep the game functional.
I was watching Cole Jobs, the YouTuber who's also a speedrunner.
The YouTube lawyer?
No. He got sued by Billy Mitchell.
That's
recently.
right, that
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Oh, Donkey Kong guy.
But he also holds the record. He was the first one to achieve a certain amount of time on GoldenEye, the dam level.
That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting because he was going into what game speedrunners do in order to trigger certain frame rates so they can save 0.1 of a frame or
Yeah.
something in order to get there. And it was just really interesting. He put it in such a really interesting and captivating way that I thought, oh, wow, this is actually cool. I'll never do
pretty cool.
speedrunning because it's
Nah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, if you ever want to feel bad about how good you are at video games, watch a speedrun.
Yeah.
Like,
How bad you are.
yeah. If
At
you ever
video
want to
games.
feel
No, how
bad
good
at
you
video
are.
games, watch
Yeah.
a speedrun.
I don't need
One
to do
of
that. I just
my,
need to go online.
One of my favorite things that has happened to do with the speedrunning community is Boba from the Yogscast, which hilariously I'm wearing right now. She was streaming Metal Gear Solid, and she got caught in one of the stairwells and accidentally skipped through a locked door. And the speedrunning community went insane.
That does not surprise me.
They went absolutely crazy that the fact that she had found this thing that no one else had found before. And then it changed speedrunning times because it saved you heaps.
It changes the route completely.
Yeah.
I really like that
hilarious.
she's made her camera look like a codec.
I was about to say the same thing. That's really good design.
She's great. It's a good time. But
I can hear
that was such a fun moment.
I can hear that.
You should do that. I'd like to see you play Solid Gear. No, Solid Gear.
Solid Gear?
You heard it here first. Ben
Bloody
wants to
get on
watch
some
Floppy play
Solid
with his
Gear.
Solid Gear.
Crank that thing, Floppy.
All right, next one. Next secret is in Max Payne.
Oh, Max Payne is such a good game.
But one that so many people have never played.
When's
played
that getting a remaster?
It got a movie.
Did it?
Yeah, with Mark Wahlberg.
Pretty sure Max Payne 3 flopped so hard
Yeah, it
they've
did.
never gone back to it.
So this secret is called Rats with Guns. So in Chapter 2, players can come across an unassuming hole in the wall. It's a big hole.
Not saying anything. Not
It's-
saying
I know how
Listen,
this goes.
on record, that was served up to me on a silver platter, and I left it alone.
Ben
Unlike
didn't
Ben,
want to go for the glory.
hang on, pause video. Unlike Ben, most people wouldn't think much of it. But if the player throws a grenade in the wall, inside the hole,
Just blows inside the hole.
no, you start a war against the rats. And from
Declared a war against rats.
war against
for the rest of the level, anytime you come up against rats, the rats have guns and shoot you.
That's pretty cool.
That was programmed into a game.
Would have been better if it was crabs.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, he's now got rats running around his feet, shooting him.
Are they still small?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
they've
just
just got
got
pistols.
They've got tiny guns.
Oh,
Tiny little pistols. They got little rat-sized pistols.
That's pretty cool, though. I enjoy that.
Yeah, there you go. That's Max Payne. A game I had, but I've never played, I don't think.
I am an advocate of playing this game specifically on a PC because the console ports are really not very good.
Okay.
What's the next one?
Next one, Street Fighter 2 Alpha, Shinakuma.
Oh, yeah. Shinakuma, baby.
Can I just say how long this one took to be released?
Yeah.
Well, after release,
Specifically-
25 years.
Super Nintendo version.
Yep.
25 years after the Super Nintendo version of this game was released, a modder was trying to reverse engineer the version and came across the code that allowed you to get Shinakuma. After getting the top score in arcade mode, you must enter KAJ as your initials, then go back to the title screen, hold LXY, and start on a second controller at the same time on the first controller, select versus mode. Then you just have to hold start while selecting your character, that easy, and you can play as a more powerful version of Akuma.
Yeah, Shinakuma's great.
There you go.
Just in case people are curious, the Shin translates directly to true or last.
So like final form?
Yeah, it's like Final Form Akuma.
But there you go. That's how you play Shinakuma.
Or you just play Street Fighter Rainbow.
And then you can play Shinakuma.
Hacked port. And just play
like-
as for bullshit.
You do a dragon uppercut and it shoots fireballs.
Shoots a row
out.
of fireballs
Yeah.
across the entire
Great.
screen.
So I'm not a big Street Fighter guy. It's like I like that it exists. I've just never really played it much. I was over here at Ben's, I don't know, a month or two ago. Was it before Christmas? Might have been before Christmas.
Yes, it was.
And it was before the show, and I got here early, I think, wasn't it?
No.
Or was it just a day we were here hanging out?
heading out there somewhere.
Heading out.
Yeah.
And I was like, he was like, oh, do you want to play a little bit of a retro game? I'm like, yeah, give me Street Fighter 2. And I was like, I sucked at it. I played 8 matches, lost everyone. And Ben was like, oh, I'll have a go. And in 20 minutes, he finished the entire game. And I've never even knew that was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen the end of Street
Yeah,
Fighter.
there are story modes for each character.
No, I mean, I'm aware that it's a thing and you can finish it. I've just never seen anyone do it.
Oh.
And not
It was
have I
very
never
much
seen
muscle
anyone do
memory.
it. I've never seen anyone do it in 20 minutes. All
Yeah.
right, we can go to the next one there, Brayden.
I'm sure Anto can do the same thing with Street Fighter as well. Like, you can sit there and just... It's a game you played as a kid and you just remember everything about it because you sat there for ages studying...
I tried 8 matches, didn't win one.
I mean, I've got muscle memory for Street Fighter 2 in the sense that, like, I played it a lot as a kid, but I wouldn't be able to go through the arcade modes in 20 minutes. It would take a bit longer. But
This
like,
is Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Like, this is...
same thing.
bare
like,
bones.
yeah. But if you put me on Street Fighter 4, let's do it.
Okay.
It's my favorite one.
All right.
It's a good game. Good game.
back to...
I've just realised the protective layers on this.
Yeah,
box.
I saw that
So
ages
I
ago.
wanna take it off.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. There is a knockout nod. So in 2009, 22 years after the release, an artist for the game revealed that camera flashes in the right of the crowd just before Bald Bull charges you. I made that a tongue twister and I didn't even mean to. And if you punch at that moment, he goes down instantly.
You're a poet and you didn't even realise it.
That's it. But then again, in 2016, another streamer noticed that a bearded man in the left-hand of the screen on the bottom row, probably about a third
What
of the way
is
in,
this? A bald guy, a bearded man?
Yeah.
What are you
Yep,
trying to tell me?
right there, he nods at the right time to punch. And if you do that, you instantly knock out Bald Bull or Piston Honda in their second fight.
This is Piston Honda, by the way.
So, yeah, at about a minute 40, you'll see it.
He should stop drinking driving.
About a minute 40, Brayden, you'll see it. He nods, and then one hit, done. So if you can see there's a bearded man in the bottom row. Yep, right there, Brayden.
Some ASMR for you.
Come on, let's nod. Yep, there he nods, hits, bang, done.
Wow.
All
That's
in one
cool.
go,
That
instantly.
is cool.
Instant knockout,
And that would have been one of the developer debug things in order to test like the game.
potentially.
I would
but yeah,
imagine.
that was found by a streamer
I would
who
imagine
just sort of noticed it.
that
That's
set
awesome.
off a chain reaction of people looking at every person in the crowd
Yeah.
Yeah,
for stuff
must
for
do.
every fight.
Yeah. All right. Now, this one's in here for you, Anto. I'm
yeah?
assuming you know this one.
I didn't actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4. Now, we're talking OG release, not re-release. There is a mystery person in a green jumper. This was discovered by a YouTuber named Slippy Slides. You can see a mysterious individual if you look through a scope at a specific spot after the cutscene where the helicopter crashes. So
Ugh,
near at
hate
the end of the game. Playing normally, it's really difficult to see, even if you know where to look. But when you're playing on PC, you can use a no-clip mode and go in and have a look, and there is a person in a green jumper.
This is like that Metal Gear one.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Now,
I was scared by it to start with, but now it's great.
at this point in time, no one knows who it is. It doesn't appear to resemble any of the developers. No one's owned up to it. And can you go back to where they're looking at it through a scope without the PC sort of clipping thing? It's really that's what you see in the game if you know where to look.
That's
it's
really
ridiculous. It's so hard to see. You can see a head, a jumper, and a scarf.
Like when it's like that, it's really creepy. But then when you just see
But
it,
when you see it, it's hilarious.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious, yeah. And then they go,
That'd surely just be someone's friend or brother or boyfriend, right?
oh, look, it must be it. But no one's owned up for it, up to it. So, yeah.
because it snuck in.
It is.
That's really. It's
really
just a
weird.
map image.
I had no idea you could really do that kind of stuff with PC mods on games. I always
Yeah.
think of the game as you can see it from the view that you get. I forget that there's a whole. It's a
Debug.
3D.
Yeah,
It's a 3D environment that you
Yeah.
can actually go and explore.
There's a channel on YouTube called Boundary Break where the guy literally just puts games on PC, whether it's emulation or whatever, and then finds patches and mods for it to showcase how the games have been put together.
Yeah, right.
He did one on Metal Gear Solid recently, which shows how the maps all connect and how the game functions and stuff. It's really interesting.
I added another one. I added one more. That was my last one, but I added another one purely because Apollyon in the Discord bought this game today, and I remembered this, and I love this game. It's Spider-Man on the PS1.
hell yeah.
It's one of the first Spider-Man games. I think it's the first Spider-Man game I played, and I love it. If you go into the third speed training section and sort of go around to, I can't remember which building it is, but one of the buildings has a wall with what looks like a big metal door. If you hit it with webs a few times, it opens, and there's a really low-res photo, group photo of all the devs. It wasn't discovered for almost 22 years after release of the game.
That's amazing.
I think it's on the... I've got a funny feeling it's on the building to the right, which got 3 boxes on it, maybe?
Oh, that's right.
That's
Because
Tony
this
Hawk's
was
Pro Skater 2.
this was Activision, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just after Tony Hawk. Yeah, there was the billboard for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Oh, no, here it is.
There we
Yeah,
go.
so you see that sort of big metal door? When you hit it with webs a bunch of times, and they go, there's a group photo of the devs.
That's brilliant.
Adorable.
I love those sort of things.
And I've done that one.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I've done that, and I saw it, and I read it in a magazine, I don't know, a little while ago. And I've got that on PS1, and I've got a PS1, and I did it, and that's cool. I enjoyed that. that was my picks for some pretty cool video game secrets that some I knew, most I didn't, and all I enjoyed.
That's cool. We should do that again. I like hearing those things.
Cool.
I like devs putting stuff in that.
Yeah,
aren't
cool
necessarily-
little secrets.
Like the one
weird.
with Doom where they put John Romero's head in it.
Yeah.
John Romero found out about it and said, "I'd never say that. Do this."
Yeah.
That was
Not a
really
secret
cool.
anymore when he's okay with it.
No,
But yeah, I'll put together more of those because I like
Yeah,
it.
that was good fun.
it's time for Game Club. Floppy, what's Game Club?
Game Club is where we as a group and our cool producer tier Patreons all nominate games that we love that mean something to us that we would like the others in the group to experience. And then we get to hear what they thought.
And
whether
as a
they
bit
like
of an
it
update,
or not.
I got a message today from Mr. Sabbath,
Yes.
the sometimes co-host of Hack the Dino when
Yep.
these two can't make it. You know,
part-time
You mentioned
host?
video games.
What did I say?
You said host of Hack the Dino.
Well, we're still Hack the Dino technically.
We
Yeah,
are Hack
yeah.
the Dino and the show is called You Don't Know
Yeah,
Video Games.
so look it up, hackthedino.com. Subscribe.
Cool content.
So Zach wanted in as well. So
Yes.
Zach has also thrown in a bunch of games for us to play.
Fuck yeah.
With the caveat that I said
Not
to him,
read this.
I said they have to be easily accessible for us to play
Okay.
with minimal money.
I saw that and thought it said Guitar Hero on the Sega Mega Drive, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, someone demade. No.
Has he put WoW Mists of Pandaria on here?
Anyway, before we get into what Zach's put down, what game was in the Game Club this week? It was Anto's choice.
It was Anto's choice, and it was Sonic 3
and Knuckles, but Sonic
and,
3 is fine.
and Knuckles.
All right, so who played it?
Anto, can you explain this naming convention to me? Because it is weird.
What, Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
So, Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles were two individually released Sega games, I guess
Okay.
is the way to put it, because Sega Technical Institute in America knew that they wouldn't have enough time to finish the whole project by itself.
Right.
But also, cartridge memory was really expensive in the 90s. So they decided, like maybe 3/4 of the way through development of what eventually became Sonic 3, that they would split the game into two pieces and create the lock-on technology for the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge, so that when they released Sonic and Knuckles, you could play them as one experience from front to back later on.
Wild.
So it was meant to be one game, and they went, oh crap, this was too ambitious. Let's split it into two so that we've got a release for holiday in 1994, and then we'll do Sonic and Knuckles later when it's ready.
Okay.
And then that's where the and Knuckles meme comes from.
Okay. Thank you for explaining
I'm
that to
glad.
me.
I'm glad Anto doesn't hate really bad naming conventions. Otherwise
It's
this
not
would
a
be
bad
embarrassing.
naming convention.
Oh, really?
It was Sonic 3 and then Knuckles was put into it. That is not a bad thing.
Ben, did you play the game?
I did play it for about 2 minutes.
And why did you only play it for 2 minutes,
Oh,
Ben?
honestly, so let me just say, this game looks great. The music is great. I
It
thought
looks very good.
it looks fantastic. It's probably the best looking of the Sonic games that I've played.
Of like old school Sonic
Yeah,
games?
of the old school.
Of the
16
2Ds,
yeah,
it's my
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
aesthetically as well.
I think it looks great. I like that there's secrets everywhere. The music was fantastic. I think the characters, the sprites, everything looks great. I'm just not a fan of Sonic games. I just don't like them. So I played it and just went, yeah, it's a Sonic game, and just left it at that. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying
not
it's
for you.
not,
It's just not your
for
thing.
me.
Yeah.
Is this did you say it's your favourite, Anto?
Yeah, Sonic 3 and Knuckles as a combined experience is my favorite Sonic game.
Of
And
all time? Of all Sonic games?
Of all Sonic games that are 2D, yes.
Okay.
My favorite 3D Sonic game is Adventure 2. But this is easily a contender for probably one of my top 3 video games ever.
Wow. Okay. Would you like to read Zach's thoughts? Because Zach put
Sure.
in their thoughts.
Does Zach say Sega or Sega?
Just say it probably. Say Sega.
No.
Yep.
So, Zach says, growing up as a Sega/Sony kid, I was very excited to play Sonic 3 again. As soon as it booted up, I was transported back in time and felt like a kid again. I remember thinking how cool it was seeing Tails running around, how well the levels flowed, and all of the different mechanics that they added compared to the first 2 Sonic games. This, of course, lasted all of 10 minutes when I come crashing back to reality and realize that I absolutely suck and fast-paced that I absolutely suck at fast-paced side-scrollers now, apparently. I don't remember the game being this hard, and going back to the start after dying 3 times is brutal, but also very satisfying when you do better the next time through. Playing Sonic 3 was a sweet kiss of nostalgia, but also made me painfully aware that I am a dad gamer now. 10 out of 10 would die to spikes again.
Welcome to the club.
That's well put, Zach. I like that.
Ben and I will have a chair for you. It's orthopedic.
Floppy.
Yes. No, well, Brayden, did you
Brayden?
play?
I did. I pulled a bend and played this for about 10 minutes or so. Like, I fall into that bracket of I did not grow up.
Not young enough for it to begin
The Sonic
with.
game I grew up playing was Sonic Heroes. So
I don't even know that one.
That's where
Sonic
I'm
Heroes
at.
was the GameCube PS2 Xbox release.
Sonic Heroes.
Oh,
Awesome.
it was very much based on like what the animation.
It
cartoons
was,
and stuff?
the groups of 3.
Yeah,
and there
Heroes
were 4
was
teams.
just, let's put 12 characters that you can
Floppy,
play as
do
into
you
the
know
game.
Espeon the Chameleon?
Espeon's a Pokemon.
Espio over Chameleon, I think you mean.
Espeon is a Pokemon.
There we go. Yeah,
It
see,
is.
Yeah.
That's how
I know
big a
that.
fan I am. What about Big the Cat?
Also a Pokemon.
Yeah, I am not a I'm not a
Sonic
2D
aficionado.
Sonic person.
I'm not
I
a
don't-
Pokemon aficionado, and I
don't
tried to
know
say a Pokemon name the other day to a person who is a big Pokemon fan, and they berated
Yeah, they
me.
just hemorrhaged.
It
blood
was.
started coming out
I
the
can't
ear.
even. I'm not even going to try and say it. I'm going to spell it. It was Terapagos.
Terrapion?
Terraphagos.
Teraphagus, maybe.
Yeah, the little.
And I think I call it Terraphagos.
Yikes!
Or Phagos. No, Terraphagos. I called it. Sorry.
Terraphagos.
I just looked at it. I was like, and I worked it out in my head as I was reading it. And yeah, that didn't go down great.
But yeah, Anto, I'm very bad at this game.
It's all right. Everyone is.
I enjoy the style of it. Again, the music slaps.
Is that good or bad?
No, it's
Slaps
great.
is good.
Yeah,
Slaps
okay.
is cool.
So
I don't know what slaps means.
I'm finding a new appreciation for Sega and Mega Drive 16-bit tunes because it is far superior to
the
Nintendo's.
Yamaha sound chip is, I wouldn't say superior. I think the sound chip in the Super Nintendo is by far and away more capable. But there's a very specific sort of crunch that the Mega Drive
There is.
sound chip has
What-
that is
I
really
read-
satisfying.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it that the chip that's in the Mega Drives enabled them to have more bass to
Yeah.
it? So they just replaced, like where they usually have a hi-hat or something, they
Yeah.
replaced it with more bass, gave it more
Yeah,
earthy.
it gives it more of like the best way to put it is crunch. It sounds heavier. It's just, yeah. But Sonic 3 specifically, I think I've talked about it on the show before. Michael Jackson was such a huge fan of Sonic the Hedgehog in general that at one point he was sort of tapped on the shoulder after expressing interest to Sega that he wanted to work on the music for Sonic 3. So he and a guy called Brad Buxer from a band called the Jetsons did a lot of composition work for Sonic 3. The downside to this whole thing is he was working on this at the time that certain allegations started coming out about Michael Jackson's private life and behavior. So he was pulled from it, and a lot of the music sort of still
Others were
made it
pulled
into
as
the
well.
game. So in subsequent re-releases, the soundtrack was changed back to effectively the original like test music, and it's nowhere near as good.
Yeah.
Which, you know, Michael Jackson is as popular as he is now for a reason. But yeah,
We can see Supersonic on screen right now.
yes.
Found out a bit of trivia today. Do you know why in the original Dragon Ball manga, why Goku's hair went blonde?
Yes.
Is it because
Okay,
of
Super
Supersonic?
Because Akira
No.
Toriyama was sick of filling in all the black ink.
Yep.
Oh, really?
It was
Yeah,
a cheat,
it's
so he
the
didn't
only
have to do
reason.
that.
It's
he
just
was
so he could
drawing-
leave empty space.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
What a lazy king.
Yeah, but yeah, there's something about this, like Sonic in general, like the games to me have always been more about improving your skill. People play Sonic or like try it for the first time and they're like, oh, you just hold right to win. Absolutely not the case, because it's always about getting faster and better.
And you can't do that with this game. You
I
can,
can tell you.
maybe in the first one.
I think
but
that's
this
where I
game you
get
can't.
confused. Is
You
it's
can't
not
do
just
it.
left to right.
No, it's you have to explore.
Yeah, but you can still like blitz through these levels in a couple of minutes if you know the layouts, you have good reactions, you're good at timing, you know what's coming. So like it.
So all the stuff you need to play, say Dark Souls or
No,
Elden
no.
Ring.
I mean, look. If we want to take it back to there, that's probably where I get my interest in Dark Souls from, because I played the shit out of these games as a kid, to the point that my older sibling and I would often compete in who could finish Green Hill Zone Act 2 the fastest. And I think the fastest I've ever seen it done is by my older sibling Danny, who was able to finish Act 2 and Sonic 1 in under 17 seconds.
Yeah, wow.
Like,
You should look that up. Might
It's
be a record.
insane.
But then what do you do for the rest of the day?
play the game again.
Oh,
When you're a kid and you got nothing else to do, what do you do?
All right, Floppy,
yes.
did you play Sonic 3?
I may have slightly misunderstood the assignment.
Oh,
I watched Sonic 3 the movie.
Oh, yeah, you've got a controversial opinion about this. I saw in the Discord the other day.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
I did. I watched Sonic 3 with my kids. We were really excited, went into it. I like Keanu Reeves. I've liked the first 2 Sonic films. I liked the film, but I did think it was the weakest of the 3.
not enough James Marsden for you?
Not even that. I mean, like, no, more to the point. It was like all the action scenes and that were wicked. It looks wicked. But I felt that it was probably about an hour longer actually, and they've just cut all the middle stuff and just jumped from action scene to action scene to action scene. And I found myself just sort of looking at my phone or doing something else because I didn't get the story.
That's it. That's when you know you're not
I still don't know the story.
See, this is the problem I think they're going to have moving forwards with Sonic movies is now they've tied it into now they've tied it into game lore and it's not just its own thing. I think people who aren't very familiar with the source material will miss out and get less out of them moving forwards.
Well, that's what I think. I think a lot of the storytelling was not there because it was all assumed knowledge.
Yeah. With this one, it
Not for
was,
the first 2.
Yeah, the first 2 you can watch as standalone things.
Hands down, I think
Totally
the second
fine.
one, best one.
But with this one, you need to sort of have at least a surface level understanding or awareness of the events of Sonic Adventure 2 to really get what's going on.
And I think that was a misstep on their part.
I mean, as a fan, I think this was easily the best one.
But yeah, as a fan.
But that's as a fan. As a casual observer.
As the rest of the pie. So I'd say if you take a pie chart of all the people
Yeah.
that watch that film, fans of Sonic Adventure 2 are a small piece of that pie.
Yeah, for sure. As a casual observer, or like just an objective standpoint, 2 is easily the strongest movie of the 3.
Yep, that's where I sit.
Yeah.
Even my kids thought the same thing. Like, they thought it was cool, but it just seemed very disjointed.
Right.
But anyway, that was
It's
my-
time to choose
The next game.
Next game. So we have up for selection this time: Floppy, Brayden, Zach, Townsy.
And you.
Oh no, and Sutek.
Not
so
you?
no, because I had the first round. Remember, we had Fortnite. So Dylan and Dylan and Townsy each have 1. You and I both had 4 ticked off. So we got 4 now. So 4 standard 4-side die, please,
on.
Brayden.
Oh my god, no.
4. So we're looking at Sutek.
What did you just see, Anto?
I just saw Zach's list of games.
We'll go into that in a sec.
Oh,
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
you're my boy, Zach.
6. We are playing number 5, which is fuck off. World of Warcraft.
No.
What?
We
PC
can't.
only.
You know what? We did make Brayden play Fortnite.
Okay, so hold up a second. Hang on.
Is there a free version you can play?
There is a free-to-play version of WoW. The caveat is, are we still not playing Blizzard titles based on the company's reputation?
Hey, my question, is it meant to be World of Warcraft or is it meant to be Warcraft?
World of Warcraft is the online one.
Yes, I know, but did Sutek potentially mean Warcraft, not
We're
World of
putting in the money if
Warcraft?
it's a free account.
Sutek said World of Warcraft PC only.
So yeah, that's
That's because it's on PC.
Because I did tell him
Specifically
that
the MMO one.
they have to be easally playable and free. Look, I
guess
back
it's
to
not
the Blizzard.
there anymore,
yeah,
right?
If Kotek's not there,
Yeah.
then I think it's okay.
All right.
All right.
So we're playing World of Warcraft. Wow.
Shit.
No way.
Do we have to do that together?
I've
Yeah.
never played World of Warcraft before.
Me neither. I played many a Warcraft game when they were RTS stuff.
So this is a problem.
Why?
I played WoW obsessively
Oh, no.
for like 3 years.
Oh no.
And I stopped.
We didn't start the fire.
I stopped
It was always burning. the
because of a
world's
combination
returning.
of the fact that I didn't want to keep paying for the subscription, which you don't have to anymore. But also, I got so deep into like the hardcore raiding dungeon endgame stuff that I got really toxic.
Oh no.
Guess what I've just realised? I
So
also have a PC now.
yeah,
and you can
and it would
stream.
probably run it.
Fuck.
Okay, so you're not here next episode, so you can probably not play it.
No, I'll still do it. It's like,
Or we've given him an excuse. Oh
or
no.
write down your thoughts based on your past experience.
no, because my past experience will be, you're all a bunch of fucking noobs. But yeah, no, like playing this.
I really
from
want to
the-
play with you.
Playing this
I'm
from the
gonna fuck
ground up
everything up.
as a new player for the first time in over a decade with you guys would be hilarious. So I think we should do it.
All right, let's organise it. We'll do it. Maybe you can stream it.
Nelly. I haven't got any of my streaming stuff set up. I need a Brayden or an Anto.
We're going to talk about that after the show.
I don't think your PC would be able to handle playing this and streaming at the same time.
Cool.
All right.
Ben's streaming
Mine
it.
definitely won't anymore.
On what? The Dino PC? Yeah, sure thing. No worries.
That'd make it even funnier.
Yep.
Why is Ben's head on fire? Dino PC.
Okay. We're playing World of Warcraft.
Oh no!
Oh, no. But
I like that they have Tetris on there.
Yeah, I was really hoping
And we
for
could all
Tetris.
I was
Play-
hoping for Tetris because I play it regularly.
All right,
can
now
go
it's
play-
time to play another game we like to call Do They Know Video Games, in which we have 4 video game related questions with 4 multiple choice answers. One of them is correct, as multiple choice answers usually go. I will read the question, one from our Test Your Video Game IQ book I got at a market for $2, and the other 3 coming from our Patreon producer level Patoots. Sutek, Michael Towns, and Dylan the Villain. Yeah, that's all. I'll read the question. You have to wait until the very end.
Yeah, I know.
Of the question.
And 2.
If we've got 3 people here,
Oh.
if no one gets the correct answer, I get the point.
Yeah,
You know what? I kind of like this. I wish I knew it was happening last time.
That's because I made it up on the fly. Much
Yeah,
like these
you
questions.
did.
All right, so at the end of last round, we have Floppy on 1.
Yep.
I'm on 1. Brayden's on 0. And Anto's on 2. How did I get 1?
Because none of us
none
got
of us
something
got a
right.
point. And that's where you were like, that's my point now.
That's great.
That's why the points are up to 4, mate.
All right, here we go. Test your IQ. All right, so we'll go Anto. Say stop.
Stop.
Okay.
Is there a 7 on the page?
Hang on, that's not your choice. Who hasn't chosen in a while? Brayden, you
Me.
haven't. Oh, you haven't?
Yep.
All right, 210 and 217.
214.
214. Okay. Yep. Oh, another good one. Jeez, my eyes are horrible.
Ooh, do you want to borrow my glasses?
I'll just look up the.
Do you want to borrow mine? I've taken them off so I can't see
No,
anything.
I mean my actual glasses, not my sunnies.
Yeah, these are mine. I've
borrow
taken
mine.
mine off because it means I can't see anything.
Yeah, that's why I put my sunnies on.
Okay, here we go. Jalco's Bases Loaded 2, second season for the NES.
Jalico?
Yeah, that's the one. Measured baseball player slumps and streaks according to the, slumps and streaks.
What the fuck is a slump?
When
According
you're
to
in a
their
shit part of your career.
A, horoscopes, B, personal trainers, C, biorhythms, or D, contracts.
Anto.
I have no idea what any of them mean, but Anto.
Horoscopes.
No.
Oh, fuck.
Floppy.
Floppy?
Can you read out the rest of the answers, please?
B, personal trainers, C, biorhythms, or D, contracts.
Contracts.
Incorrect. Brayden.
Personal trainers.
Incorrect. I get a point.
Bio-
motherfucker!
I was going to
Biorhythms?
say biorhythms
What
too.
Bullshit is this?
I don't know. I don't even know what it means.
All those words you said,
What game was it?
100% word salad.
Bases loaded 2.
Bases loaded.
It's a baseball game.
To biorhythms.
Sweet. I got a point.
What?
Freaking awesome. I'm equal first. Default.
I like that the
Default.
only way you
Default.
win is by the rest of us being shit.
It's generally how my life goes. Okay, next one from Dylan the Villain.
That's ridiculous. That's so silly.
Dylan asks, what is the quickest time Super Mario 64 has been speeded run but blindfolded?
What?
A, 3 hours, 8 minutes and 5 seconds. B, 1 hour, 19 minutes and 52 seconds. C, 2 hours, 49 minutes and 17 seconds. Or D, 19 minutes and 43 seconds.
Floppies.
I'm going to say Floppy said his name before I finished. So I'm heading over to Anto.
19 minutes.
Correct!
God
I
damn it.
didn't, and that's what I was going to say too.
That's ridiculous.
We've talked about that on the show before.
Have we?
A long time ago.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, we talked about it because
In the many, many yonks ago.
we talked about the guy who found a hidden Goomba and a coin thing, and we started talking about speedrunning. Yeah.
Not rigged, Dylan.
So Dylan had also put here that it's been done 16 times. This was achieved by a German player just 3 months ago, beating his previous record of 23 minutes. This part of his practice is to fully beat the game blindfolded.
That's insane.
That is ridiculous.
All right, here we go. I like this question. This is right up my alley. It's from Sutek, and they ask, The following excellent condition, complete in-box PAL Nintendo 64 games sold at auction. Not a buy it now, but at auction on eBay over the last 4 months. Which one sold for the most?
Oh my god, this is good.
Was it A, Conker's Bad Fur Day, B, Pokemon Stadium, C, Snowboard Kids 2, or D, Mario Party 3?
Flop.
Anto.
I stopped myself.
You what?
I stopped myself because I said it before you'd finished.
Okay, Anto.
Snowboard Kids.
Yes, you are correct.
Snowboard Kids.
I saw
So-
the article.
Here we go. Snowboard Kids
Snowboard Kids 2.
Thank you. With 12 bids, sold for $1,725. Conkers, with 20 bids, sold for $850, which is ridiculous. Mario Party 3, 31 bids at $712, and Pokemon Stadium with 25 bids at $455. They are all ridiculously overpriced.
I knew
Yeah,
that
they're
too.
all like sub $200 games, aren't they?
I knew that.
Not Snowboard Kids.
No?
Snowboard Kids is up there. Snowboard Kids is about an $800 game.
I knew
Jesus.
that too.
So from my knowledge, Conkers is about a $400 box game.
Yeah.
Mario Party 3, you're probably looking at $400 to $500. Pokemon Stadium's like $300 max.
Yeah.
I mean, it all comes down to
Is that boxed with like the
Yeah,
transfer
complete
pack and stuff as
COD,
well?
yeah.
Okay.
yeah. Anyway, last one comes from Michael Towns, Game Boy Games, Townsy, and Townsy asks, in Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64, how many polygons make up the nose of the Mario model used in the game? 4 polygons, 12 polygons, 64 polygons, or 0 polygons?
Floppy.
Anto.
Floppy. Sorry, I said Anto, but I meant floppy. I meant floppy.
Oh, you pointed at me and said answer.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know what's going
I thought you were catching him out for answering sooner, but
No.
Is this just for the nose?
yeah.
Just the nose.
Oh my god, I can't even remember what the numbers were anymore.
4, 12, 64, and something else.
0.
And this is for the Nintendo 64.
Correct.
It's not going to be 64 because B.
12?
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, thank fuck.
Oh! So I'll just put that
Like,
in there.
surely 64 is the trick answer.
Yeah, that was absolutely the trick.
So just so we know where Michael Towns got them from, 4 polygons were the amount used for Lara Croft's breasts in Tomb Raider 1.
What
Not-
beautiful polygons.
Not quite polygons, but the Nintendo 64 has 64 sides and vertices, sorry. Jesus. And 0 polygons was the amount used for Kirby's nose in the original Super Smash Bros.
Idiot. That's so good.
But this has been You Don't Know Video Games, and we are Hack the Dino, and rather than this being the part we usually turn it off, we'd like you to hang around and have a little bit of a chat with us. You can head on over to hackthedino.com and you can like and subscribe, and if you're watching now live on youtube.com / You Don't Know Video Games, please like, share, subscribe. Mainly subscribe. Let's get more people out there to hear
Tell a
us.
friend.
Yeah, come on, let's make it worth our while and time, because this takes up a whole heap of it.
And you know what? You shouldn't be the only one that suffers. Make other people suffer.
That's right.
Spread the suffering.
Spread that disease.
Yeah,
I think
we really
there's,
need
I
to
think
not
there's
lean
enough
into
of
this
all
bad
of that
quality
going on
thing.
in the world right now.
Oh, what?
Of spreading disease and suffering. Like, there's enough of that being spread right now.
True. Let's
Spread the love.
We've got hugs and puppies. You want them? You want the hugs and puppies? And subscribe, you
See what-
fucks.
Give me a hug and I'll hug your puppies. What?
Anto,
Yeah.
what do you want to tell the fine people who are turning off in droves?
I don't know. Oh, it's just the pluggable
The
bit.
plugging thing.
Ah,
This will
cool.
be the pluggable bit, mate.
I'm not really on social media much anymore, but I still have
Wise choice, Anto. Round of applause for Anto. Well done.
that will probably become a more permanent thing in the future, because my feelings on meta platforms and their anti-trans, anti-queer,
Disgusting.
far right-leaning political garbage and no more fact-checking stance is going to probably remove me from the platforms.
You should go to Blue Sky. Blue
I'm
Sky's
still
good.
currently on Instagram under Hey It's Anto1, or I'm in the Hack the Dino Discord. So if you want to chat to me at any time, just join that, because I'm there basically all the time.
Yeah. Floppy,
Yo.
what do you want to plug?
So many jokes.
Lara Croft,
not that,
right?
not that guy. You can get him off the screen. But you can find me on Instagram at Floppy Plays Games, where I will take photos of cool things that I bought. I now have a trifecta of Need for Speed Carbon, my favorite Need for Speed game.
Excellent. That's a
I
pricey one, too.
Actually loved playing Need for Speed Carbon on PSP specifically.
It is such a good game. The downhill drift racing at night is wicked.
I think the Xbox 360 version is about a $60, $70 game.
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore.
That's what it-
I bought a PS2 one, which was the one that I got that I used to play back in the day. And yes, I have it with a diecast Too Fast, Too Furious car, but it just seemed to fit the aesthetic, so
Hell yeah.
it was put there. That was one of my latest pickups. What else have I got there? A lot of
clips of the
reels.
show.
Oh, the Alien.
That you had last show.
Yeah, that was up there last show, so I haven't done much else. Okay, cool. I really should get on top of that. But yeah, there you go. You can find me over there. It'd be reels from the show and pickups that I've had, things I'm going to play, things that I am playing.
Cool. Brayden,
Howdy, hey.
what do you want to
everybody.
plug?
I would love to let everyone get their eyes and ears onto greenlightcomics.com.
I thought you were going to say checked and
You
like a
should-
health benefit.
You should head over there, check out the weekly pre-order form that I put up every week. One of those that's on there at the moment is Soma, which is the same artist who does a lot of the art on Cult of the Lamb stuff.
Oh, sick.
So that's awesome. And then you can also head over to the blog and see some of the preview pics of stuff that's coming out soon. Godzilla and Spider-Man vs. Hulk. This is very fun, very 90s. And there is also a Marvel Rivals comic coming soon, as
90s?
well as Predator versus Spider-Man.
I yearn for the warm breast of the 90s.
Yep. And it's all there for you. It's all there in Comic Land. There's so much. And it's all available locally. if
Any
you're
more
in
alien
Adelaide.
stuff coming?
There is. They're doing a new collection of all the new stuff in one book. So that's got your name written all over it, Floppy.
yes,
if you
it
want.
does.
An omnibus?
Not even an omnibus. It's not like a crazy big expensive hardcover. It's actually a thick paperback.
So is it like the one that I got of the old stuff?
Yeah.
Put me down.
Yep. And there is also this oversized edition of Alien Black, White, and Blood, if you want. But it's,
Potentially.
there will be
Whoa.
a normal version of it as well.
Yeah, okay, potentially.
Marvel just wants all your money.
And you know what? I'm probably going to give it to them.
I've come to the realization I just don't like money.
Yeah, same.
Or like having it.
No.
Every time I get it, I throw it away.
Honestly, like, really.
I will trade products for my intricate knowledge of Final Fantasy VII.
I will trade my products for nothing. Go to hell.
I'd like a house.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too, but that ain't gonna happen.
Super Retro Squad.
Love a house.
We just hit 1,000 subscribers over in Super Retro Squad, so that's pretty cool. Very
awesome.
happy with that. I am slowly putting more of my unique personality into some of the videos. When
Sorry
I can
about that.
when I can be bothered.
Just yelling at them.
That too. My trip to Melbourne will be coming up in a couple of weeks. I've got videos queued up until like the end of February at the moment, so there'll never be a dull moment. And the shorts that we put up where we look at what's in the video game consoles that Julian gets is like, people really like them. It's ridiculous.
Jesus. 12K? 13K?
Whenever these come across my Instagram feed, I always watch these because
Yeah.
I'm always curious to see how many of them are Wii Sports that shouldn't be in the Xbox.
Yep.
Or like how many like shovelware titles there are. It's
And
just great.
These are legit. Like, you've seen my folder of the ones that I've got.
Yeah.
And I just put them in there. None of them have been rigged so far. Maybe
So
one.
far, so potentially in the future.
All right, I rigged one. See if you can guess which one it is.
Wii Sports?
No. Why would I rig
Was
Wii
it-
Sports?
I don't know.
Who was it? One of you guys who had a Wii that had DS cartridges in it at one point?
No.
Wasn't it a DVD of something?
No, that was legit. That was
legit?
that was Wizard of Oz in a PS3.
Wow.
So someone will be watching that. But yeah, that's all going along well. So if you like watching two dudes go out and find retro stuff,
Sometimes more dudes.
that's right. Well, yeah, you're welcome.
Sometimes more dudes the merrier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
Open
all
to
the
everyone.
dudes?
Yeah, open to everyone. I did see Oliver before. He was in here.
Oliver.
Oliver is one of the other little dudes who sells, and we buy stuff off them. But until next time, you don't know video games. We don't know video games. Nobody knows video games apart from Mr. Video Game. Mr. Video Games knows all the video games, including these classic ones. Thanking the Patreons. That's a great game. What about its sequels? What sequel do you like, Anto? Of Thanking the Patreons.
I completely lost track of things because I could hear noise.
That's called ADHD.
Sutek.
Oh yeah, Sutek's great. I like
Yes,
Sutek.
Sutek's a great game.
I like all of our Patreon supporters, but
No,
Yeah.
we're talking about the games. These
Oh,
are games.
what?
These aren't Patreon supporters. This is...
I'm so confused.
Thank you, Patreon supporters. Dylan the Villain, Michael Towns, and Sutek at the producer level. If you want to be a Patreon, head on over to hackthedino.com for as little as $2 a month Australian. So it's about 50 cents if you're in America. You can help us.
Maybe
Keep
not for long.
the mics on. Oh, no, the tariffs come in. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that it? Are we done?
Yeah, I think
Can
we're
we go?
done.
Right,
yeah, we
sweet.
should probably go.